put the camera on the wrong side again. What's up, Greg? Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. Apparently, YouTube has been a little funny here lately. So, and having one of the days. I can't believe this. I wonder if I could flip it. Just one messed up live feed. Alright, at least I can put my thumb up here without blocking the camera. Doing alright, Matt. How are you? How you been? Greg, how you doing? We got Ryan. You doing, Ryan? You got Scott. Yeah, I was actually gonna go live yesterday, but about the time I got home and got the camera ready and was Greg is still super strong and rocking the guns. I dig it. Um, yeah, I was gonna go live yesterday, but about the time I got home and was gonna go live, I looked and August had just went live, so that kind of stopped it, and so I ended up emptying out the truck and all that good stuff. And tried to keep up with the live feed as best as I could. So if you said anything to me yesterday during that live feed and I missed it, I apologize. I did my best to pay attention while I used my other hand to untie and unload brush. So doing great, Matt says. Was out cleaning gear. Just came in for dinner with the family. Awesome. Awesome. Tell the family I said hey. My first live feed from good to see. Oh, awesome. Awesome, Scott. That's good. Sweet. I try to mix it up a little bit as far as the times go. Actually, about the time I was getting ready to do this, I read August said he was going to go live again about 5, so yeah, he should go live probably here in a few minutes, and we'll make this one short. Maybe I can check his out, but yeah, I don't know. Kind of a weird day, just kind of chilling at home. Gave estimates yesterday, finished up a job. Actually, took the wife with me yesterday, and we went ahead and I took her to go do a job with me, so we could spend a little bit of time together and get out of the house. That was fun. Wasn't as far as the normal drive. I think we drove about an hour and a half. Went and took down a tree. The whole job after I cleaned it up. Did the tree. It took maybe 2 hours. So, Francisco, what's up, buddy? Pine sap sucks. Yes, it does. Especially if you're hairy. Yeah, man, I totally get it. My arms sometimes aren't hairy because I'll shave, like, this arm will get shaved sometimes because of my tattoos. I'm kind of a hairy Indian, somewhat. So, if I don't, it'd cover up my tattoos, so, yeah. I've been there many times where your just arms are caked in blobs of sap in your arm hair. You have to rip it out to get the sap out, so I feel your pain, buddy. Hoping those likes roll in for the next video release. That's a good idea. Yeah, Matt, you know what? It is. I I had plans on that working out much better than it did. Um, I think we got like close to 700 views in the first 24 hours. Maybe at the most it was 48 hours. We had like 700. Um, yeah, it sucks, Francisco. Definitely. Try to slow this shake it down so you guys don't get motion sickness. But yeah, I just kind of looked at my analytics and was seeing how the video had progressed as far as views wise. So maybe we'll do something different here. And it had stopped there at 700. The only thing I could think to do was share the video. So I've shared it everywhere I can share it to try to get the views up to that 1,000 mark. For some reason, it's just stopped. So I have an idea. I have something for you guys that I will work on this evening. Uh, Even if we don't get to that 1,000 mark, I have something I may put out before that. So let me work on it. I think you guys will like it. I believe it'll probably be like my most popular video I've ever put out. It's been about, hasn't even, I don't even know if it's been a year yet, but I think it's almost like 1 million views. It's getting there. But Speed Kills was the name of the video. So this one will probably be something along them lines of the Speed Kills 2 or again or something like that. But yeah, I don't want to spill the beans too much. I'll for those of you that have been so faithful, I hate to hold on to the video and not put it out because I don't do it for anything other than to entertain and put content out and create. So if we don't hit that 1,000 mark soon, we'll figure something out. Maybe it hits 50 likes before it hits 1,000 views, and maybe we just go off the 50 likes instead. So I know we're really close. Francisco says, "What is okay? The analytics for those in my YouTube studio. That's why a lot of times, if you guys respond back to a comment that I left, I have to do everything through YouTube Studio. So no matter what video you comment, it logs them in for me according to what time you did it. So if you was to comment on a video from a year ago or 2 years ago, it will put it at the top of the feed so I get your comment. The analytics are just a graphed out, a graph version of the levels, as far as what's hot on your channel, what gets the most views. It's just the details of it, basically, the numbers for it. So tens of fans, yeah, I know. Yep, 100%. Also, I want to say thank you to, well, I'll get his name wrong if I try, but the gentleman that sent me the link, I believe he owns a tree service. I think his handle is something with his tree service. I can't really remember it right now. I just got a phone call that my cousin on my mom's side passed away. He's like 10 years older than me, but they kind of caught me out of the blue, so my head's a little scattered right now. So I figured I'd do this, kind of take my head off of it, but yeah, that's neither here nor there, I guess. Let's see what we have here. CERN, you look like a stillborn. Yeah, kinda. Maybe, I guess. A stillborn, are you spunking them? Richard Ramirez died today of natural spunking. Well, I don't know nothing about that, but I guess that sucks for him. Whatever. Yeah, let me just, here, I got some packages in. that's what I'm gonna do now. But I wanted to say thank you to whoever it was that sent me the link for the Cena Communications. I think I'm end up biting the bullet and just doing that. He sent me a link for a really good deal on them. I think it was a set two for like, I think it was less than $300. So really good deal. I appreciate the hell out of that. And so the price is kind of what's kept me from doing that already. But the ground guy that I have right now, he kind of has not the greatest ears, so he has somewhat hearing problems. And plus, I want him to keep his earmuffs on at all times, especially when he's running the saw and I'm running it. So there's just no way around it. I think I just have to do it. So. Starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know how to answer you, but I'm glad that you have all this energy, and hopefully you're in a good mood. I have a Cena. It's the best thing I have ever bought. All our crew have them now, and it's a game changer for sure. Andy. Yeah, Andy, I think, I mean, you guys have really been on me to get it. It's something I've wanted to get, but I've always procrastinated and found a reason not to get it, so it's that time. I just need to do it. Yeah, Pinecone, we'll figure something out on that. Like I said, I have a little something for you guys. If we don't get it to 1,000 views quick enough, I have something else for you. And I'll tell you right now, I when I put this next one out, which it's not going to be a real long one. It's actually just going to be kind of a overview really quick of what happened. Then there will be full videos that come out of that job. But I guarantee you when I put this out that it gets well over 1,000 views. So, not to be cocky or anything, but I've done this long enough. I kind of know what gets views and what doesn't. So, of course, I probably could have clickbaited the hell out of that last one, and I could have got it there. So, we have the Cena 10R model. Yeah, I think that's what the link is that I got sent to me. I believe it's the 10Rs. So, I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about some newer ones. I think the company starts with a C. I can't remember their name, but a lot of guys are switching over to them, and I've heard a lot of good stuff about. And it's a total. It's not Cena that make the communications, but a lot of guys are swearing by this new brand. So, a couple people got to share the link. It will hit 50 tonight. Yeah, yeah, it definitely will. Um, there's a new one that should work better, connects automatically, and yeah, exactly, Scott. And I can't remember the name of the company, but I've had a lot of different people suggest it to me. But I figure the Cena 10s is good enough for me. If it's something that I just am just over the moon about, and it's that amazing, maybe I upgrade later. But I think it'll be plenty good enough for us to start out with, is to go with those. And yeah, I'm gonna do that. We'll go through the whole spiel. I'll probably have to have some help from a lot of you guys to actually set them up. So, actually, let me. Damn it. I had a video with that drone. It had some footage from that drone on it one time. I haven't used it since. Scott says there's. Okay, yeah, I read that one. The best tool I've bought so far is the Notch modular cart. You liking that, huh, Francisco? Somebody else just bought one too. Um, who was it? They even sent me a picture, I think, of it. Said they were loving it. So somebody else just got one too, and they were loving it. So I think it's a real good investment. I mean, I enjoy my log dolly. I had to modify the hell out of it to get it to where it's at now, but it works for me. Hooks up to the four wheeler and stuff. So, all right, this first one here, let's do some unboxing. This one is from Dan Slepsky. Dan is what I'd like to call cooler on the other side of the pillow. Just a good guy. And he had something he wanted to send to me, which I know what this is, which is why I started building this. So I will explain this, which is inspired because of Dan. So, Dan, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the hell out of it. And here. Maybe that's different. My finger's still all messed up, gashed open, won't stop bleeding. Probably should have went and got some damn stitches, but yeah, whatever. That's what you do when you're a hillbilly. You say, hell with the doctor. Old Dan, you sure packaged her up good. So Dan didn't put any dirty pictures of himself in here. For all our sake, you know. What do we got here? I told Dan I really like paper, so he sent me a bunch of it. Can't wait to use it. Make sure I don't leave anything in there. Alright. So, once again, Dan, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And, you guys have probably seen me use one of these a time or two. Look what Dan went and sent us. Brand new rope wrench. So nice. Never been a big purple guy, but I will be a purple guy. That's fine with me. This absolutely just inspired me to do a little something here. Actually, Dan, the way you set this up, this head, a lot of people set it up this way, but if you take it and flip it, this piece here is actually a piece you can hook into for your slack tending, and you can use it to tend your wrench up on the way. So a lot of people, I don't think, realize that with this little piece that's here, and that's the purpose for it. Should have, that's what this rubber thickness is here, is to stop it. So I believe that's the whole setup. I've never tried Rope Logic's tethers. Kind of excited to try it, but yeah, that's beautiful, and I appreciate the hell out of it. I will definitely, I will put this to use. And I'm kind of excited to have the extra wrench and stuff like that for my brother's a climber, and I'd like to get him to try stuff like this. So, hey Chris, how you doing, buddy? match my pajamas. Hey, can you see my pajamas? Damn it. Steven, even chap, hope you're okay. And say, hey, Steven, are you the one? Aren't you the one that just bought a notch cart, the dolly? I think it may have been Steven. I talk to so many of you guys. I apologize if I get you guys mixed up sometimes. That's just kind of a scatterbrain when it comes to that stuff. What'd you say there, Scott? He says, page 130 in your Cheryl Tree catalog, Cena M. If you look on the back of the Cheryl catalog, you see my mug too. So that's the reason I actually had the other magazine. I had him send me one so I could keep it for sentimental stuff. You know, not every day you make it in a magazine or on the back or anything like that. So it's always nice to get a little recognition from the industry. Yeah, Scott, I got a link from somebody that sent it to me, and I think the price was like $239 for two of them, for for two tens. So I think it's a really good deal as far as I know from what I priced them. So probably gonna go with that, and I have to send the guy a big thank you. Cool mug, yeah. I don't know. Some people say that. I think, yeah, I get tired of looking at it sometimes. But what we have here, which I said was inspired because of this, is a rig and wrench. This is a double sheave IS or CMI. I think workload's 1100. So don't really plan on doing too much over that. This sets up a sling like that. As it comes, the rope comes out of here. This beaner actually keeps the line from coming out this way. Keeps it aligned and adds a tiny bit of friction. Then it engages. I'm using a Greg Brown tether, which is going to work perfect, I believe, on this. I think if it was ideal, you would want a shorter tether so the engaging is quicker, and maybe I from what I'm seeing, the longer the tether, I think the more the friction. So for anybody that messes with this system, that would be the way to change the amount of friction as far as that goes. So what happens is the line actually travels up through here, goes down into there, and then engages here. So this whole piece cocks over, goes over, it clicks in. So when you rig, it engages. And then it comes down. So it's like, let's say it's like having a guy on the porter wrap, and you got a pulley or block up there with about a wrap, maybe wrap and a half, and he lets it run real slow. So that's the purpose of it. It'll just run things like when you're dealing with a tree that arches kind of out over a house, and you just need it to hold long enough to get past the house and then run down. Things like this will work perfect. I can allow my ground guy to continue doing what he's doing and do my own rigging. So something we'll test out. Something I wanted to kind of show you guys. Have nothing to do with the tree stuff, but find your videos very... Oh, really? Okay. Right on. Yeah, we were talking just a little bit ago, and somebody had sent me a picture of them buying the notch. The notch cart. Francisco, I believe, said that he just bought one. Somebody just did, and or was it Scott? One of the two. Once again, I'm getting already mixed up. So, yeah. You and human. Fascinating to learn. Yeah. Yeah, he his last video, I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard I woke my wife up out of a sleep. It was in the middle of the night. I'm watching his video, and as soon as the bum 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 bum, and he come cruising by in the Avant, I lost it. So it's good to see him smiling and back in a good mood. So yeah, that was nice. All right, well, let's open this other one. Right here. This one is not from anybody. This is from me to myself. It's actually from Cheryl Tree. But when I received the zigzag from Nee or Jared, I had talked with Greg Brown, and Greg was kind of informing me that, hey, you can get the quickie links, and the quickie links are perfect for the zigzag. So that was one thing I did, was I decided that I needed to order at least one quickie link. And for those of you that don't know what those are, I'll show you. Here is a quickie link. If you look there, it actually has two locks to that pin. Where's the camera? Okay, yeah. See the one there that you push in there? So if you was to mess up and say that it hits that one and it partially starts to come out, well, you have another one to save it and stop it. So there it is. Made by Notch. I have to say this is probably this may be the first thing from Notch I've owned. So I think my safe block actually may say Notch on. No, it may be because I got them so long ago. I don't know if they may say Notch on it because I don't know. I have to check and see. But this may be the first piece of equipment I've ever bought from Notch. So went ahead and got two of them. Really excited to use them. I think I'm gonna use them for tie-in points and stuff like that too. But yeah, really excited. Glad Greg told me to get these. So can't wait to put them to some use. And then the last thing, because I'm a tight ass, and of course I didn't spend very much money. That new saw lanyard from Recoil. Really been wanting to use one of these for a while. So, well, I was pretty excited when I found out. Yeah, it's time to buy a new one, and I knew what I was gonna get before I looked in the magazine. So the only question was, do I go with the green one, which I believe is for like bigger saws and stuff, or the orange? So being Steelborn, we went with the steel colors. And here it is. This should be fun. I think I'm gonna like it, but I'll let you guys know how I end up setting it up. What's nice is I often drop my saw down to my side, and it won't be that quick abrupt boom stop. This thing allows for a little bit of bounce, you know. So that'll be really nice. I believe it has almost like a breakaway system that is designed to it before it'll rip your saddle apart. But I probably wouldn't trust that. I would try to use a breakaway lanyard, something that's not too strong that you know will break before and will take your saw as opposed to taking you. So, yeah. Other than that, Cheryl Tree would not accept my discount card, so I paid full price. And they didn't even send me a receipt or anything. Like normally they send you a work order receipt. They are so not like customer friendly sometimes. So much just business, business, business. I wish we had the same kind of interaction that we used to get from tree stuff. But even tree stuff isn't that way anymore, so I guess things change. Get used to them or get mad. And I got more important things going on than to be getting mad from that. So, yeah, that's all I had for you guys. Quick un. Like I said, I was just doing this to try to take my mind off of everything and see what you guys is up to. See if we got any count. Oh, yeah, we do. Chris, yeah, I'll show you guys after I get everything kind of set up. Hey, Nee, there he is. Just woke up from a late afternoon nap. I was gonna do that same thing. I was gonna do that same thing earlier, and I tried on down, and of course it was madness on the computer. So you like it, huh, Chris? Yeah. I think I'm gonna be a big fan of the quickie links. I really do. I love the quickie pins that are in the zigs or in the wrenches. I think it's just a genius idea. I actually was trying to figure out a way to come up with a quickie pin to put in the back too, because I often switch my wrench out to a different tether and stuff all the time. So I was trying to figure out for a little bit, and then I realized what I just need not to worry about that. It's not a major deal, and then plus it sits in a sleeve that screw goes in, so I'd have to take that whole sleeve off and mess it up, and not worth it. So we'll see. We'll see how they end up working, and I'll show you the setup, kind of how I use it. So, but yeah, I really think it's gonna end up the big bulky carabiner that kind of hangs off when you put the wrench on the zigzag. Kind of, it's nice to have it there to clip in and tin slack, but also those legs want to open up on the double-eyed wrench, and they want to slide around and shift, and then that carabiner kind of gets in the way. Those quickie links are less than half the length of a carabiner, so that's going to be really nice to be more compact and a little better. So let's see. Do you use the safe block a lot? Francisco, I don't use it a lot. I'm, I guess I'm a guy that have a lot of faith in my log falling skills. So I often, as opposed to piecing one down and rigging it down, I'll fall a log. And but working a spar, the safe block is just it shines. That's its domain. It works so good there. You're right by it. You're able to set the friction that you want as according to one hole, two hole, three holes. Um, and it's easy to move because you're right on the spar. But yeah, it's if you do any spar work and you're piecing blocks down like that, it's amazing. So it's hard to use sometimes in a spread out tree because you're far away from it, and the friction that's on that system to get whatever it is you're lowering down, that same amount of friction is there when you try to lift the rope back up. So that's a little aggravating sometimes. Say you're using all three holes and max on the friction. So when you're going to pull a line back up, even if it's an empty line, depending on if you're at an angle or something, it can be a pain. So it shines when you're able to stay close to it, in my opinion. I'm sure there's guys out there that just it's their go-to, but yeah, I think it's a good piece of equipment to have if you find yourself doing a lot of rigging. So yeah, Jared, you should definitely check them out. And I think they're just meant for. I think they work so good in any rope wrench application or with the zigzag. So I would say go with it. Personally, I don't understand why the price for the singing tree quickies is so much. So I went with the notch ones, which was about half the price. But that's all, I guess, preference. I just couldn't bring myself to spend that much money on a quickie link. Hard at planting corn. LOL. What's up, Sam? Jeffrey, what are you doing, buddy? What kind of GoPros do I use? Well, that's a good question. Um, Here's just a. See if I can get it in the camera. See all that stuff there? Right there. That's one camera, two, three, four. I believe I started this channel. I've probably bought 5 or 6 different cameras. I lost the one. I accidentally left on the hood of my truck and went into the grocery store. By the time I came back out, somebody stole it. Then I have. Wish I knew somebody that kind of worked on these things and knew some stuff about them, because there's a silver 4 that doesn't work anymore. It just stopped out of nowhere. Uh, if anybody uses that, the dual port charger for it with 2 batteries that I don't use. Um, I also do not use these. I have a couple of these, the original things that. There's one here, but I'd have to. Let me show you. There's one right here. It's brand new, but I'd have to take a bunch of stuff off to get to it. If anybody ever gets to where they break theirs and they need help with one, get a hold of me. The rest of the stuff is all the gadgets and gadgets and stuff. I'll show you the accessories stuff that I use first. This was probably, as far as things I've bought that aren't, with the original GoPro, this is probably the best investment I made. If you've seen there, these plastic casings are very easy to break. That one's broke. Um, I broke a couple of them. And then I decided, well, I'm sick of breaking them. So, I also have lenses and stuff for a couple different GoPros that I don't use. Extra ones. But this is a metal. It's actually a metal case cover for the Session. Let me go grab my cameras. Now, as far as what I run the entire channel, these 2 little cameras. That's everything. Um, that's it's like a Session 4 or 5. I love this camera, probably my favorite. because I have an impact box that's not in here. That, if you guys notice, a lot of times I'll follow the logs onto the camera, and I think a lot of people think I smash a camera every time, and I don't. But yeah, that's what I do with this thing. It came. This is. Let me show you for those that may be interested. The company is, damn it, Pulas or something like that. I don't know if you can read that, if it's backwards or what. But its name is, it says Pulas. What's nice about this thing is it mounts like this. Okay. The back plate pops off and clicks in. So take the camera and you put it in. Oop, put it back. The best thing about this thing was I could click it in. Now, let's say I'm mounted on my hard hat like this. Well, you can't run your camera sideways. So, if you look, this case has a hole on every side. So, I can actually take the camera, turn it, and my record button's right there. So it allows me to run the camera sideways, upside down if I want. Another real good investment was, the addition of these little extenders and then the swivel here. It's really nice to have. This tool, or this case, came with a specialty tool. And I don't know, for those of you that get out and you're messing with your GoPros and stuff and you can't get the little, like, screws, these things, undone, they sent me this tool, which sits over the top and undoes them. Or that end goes into it, and it's just a wrench, so I can set them quick and easy. Really cool though. I don't know that very many people have these. I've never seen any other tree guy say, "Hey, I got this really cool tool." But I feel like just recently I may have seen one. Like maybe they're starting to come out with them. I think they should put one in with every camera. It's just my opinion. But I have like the chest harness. I probably have everything you can get. I have extra. Always keep extra, like an extra leg to extend it out off my camera or off my head. Here, let me show you. Look at this. Here's how much footage I'm backed up on. Okay. These are like 32, 64 gigabyte. There's like 6 in this one, 2 in this one, 6 in this one, 2 in this one. There's two 64s here, another 60, oh, there's 2 in there. And then I have the 2 that's in each one of my, so I'm backed up like crazy on footage. But some of it's probably stuff I may not use, who knows. The other camera, yeah, I probably have as much money in SD cards as I do in cameras, so kind of gets expensive sometimes as far as that goes. The other one I use is this Black 6. So it's a really nice camera. The difference between the two, your session, you're not going to get a view. You don't get a screen to watch anything. That's what's nice about the heroes and stuff. The session is just a straight up hit the button, it works. Not as many features. This one you can get your stuff set, click it on and it says beep beep beep, kind of like that, and then gives you your back screen, and you can switch your wide angle. With these, I take them, and each camera, for those of you that don't use these, every camera comes equipped with its own Wi-Fi system. So what you'll do, I guess I never talked about this before. You'll use your camera during the day, charge it, get it ready. Then you'll record your stuff throughout the day. Then at the end of the day, you download the GoPro app on your phone. Go into it. It'll tell you how to set that specific GoPro up. You have to enter code and click a few things on the GoPro. But then after that, you're set from then on. What you'll do is just go onto the app that's on your phone. You'll click it. After you click the app, or right before you click into the app, you'll take your GoPro, turn it on, and scroll down, and it's oh, here, I'll show you guys. You'll flick it on. Then when we get here, you can either view your videos like that. There's the job where I about died. But then okay, you'll turn your camera on. This is how you set up your Wi-Fi. You go down. It gives you an option of preferences or connect. You'll go to connect. Then you can choose to connect your GoPro to like a different device, a different phone, whatever. But every time you do it, you just go down, you hit your wireless down here, turn your wireless on. That gives you Wi-Fi. Then you go into your app and you just watch your stuff and take clips from it. Then save them to your phone. My entire YouTube channel is ran off my phone. So that's it. I don't use a computer. I just use it. So, do you have any questions? Jeff, I think Jeff's probably referring to the safe block. He is 100% right. It is perfect for negative rigging. Oh, Francisco, really? You should try it if you have use your quickie link if you have a zigzag especially. It just works perfect in it. I got both the singing tree one is way better built. Oh, really? Really? Well, I kind of figured that, it's kind of with anything, you get what you pay for, Jeff. I mean, so I figured there's probably something to that, the reason it costs so much, so I don't doubt that at all. I got the $29 one too. That's right, Greg. Different process making the quickie cast milled. Oh, okay. Right on, Scott. That session mount looks like my first one. Bang my head into the back hatches of the future. Yeah, that's what pissed me off because I had it. I actually took the camera out of that little case, and when I had it out of it, I just kind of, I think, barely pressed down or threw something on top of the bag, and it broke that case. So it didn't break in the process of me using it. It broke storing it. So I was over that quickly. That's okay. Becky. How we doing, Connor? I have the plastic version of that too. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, aluminum is always better. Yeah, 100%. Jared, I thought that they had started making a plastic version of it. I know that they didn't have them for the longest time. When I showed people that a couple years ago, they were dumbfounded. They were like, where the hell did you get that tool? I don't know. They sent it to me when I bought the case. I think I bought the case for like $10. But it came from Japan, and it took like 2 months to get here. It was ridiculous. So I have a 64 gig in my section, which gives me 30 minutes, and I have 200 something gigs on my 8 black. It gives me 8 hours of recording. That 64 gig should give you way, way more than 30 minutes. My 64 gig, I have days worth of footage on it. So, I don't know why it's not giving you more. But, yeah, that's weird. It should give you much more than 30 minutes. So, And them damn things are expensive, ain't they? Especially when it's like I could just delete a bunch of footage and not have to buy one, but then I'm like, I delete that footage and I'm gonna wish I wouldn't have. And, yeah. Then I just download the footage to my PC or my tablet when I get home. Yeah, you can do that. You can download the whole videos to your PC or to your phone or to the app on your phone. But unless you're gonna do that whole video, I usually just get into the app and then I'm thinking of the video as I'm taking clips. I'm thinking, I have an idea of what I want to do for the video. I just did the job. So then I'm like, well, I know what I want to come up with, what kind of story, somewhat I want to tell. And for someone that's never tried to make a video or has never tried to make videos on a regular basis, I don't think they understand how difficult it is. So it's pretty hard to stay creative. So how we doing, Rob? You been blowing out any rigging points here lately? You wild man? Yes, they are expensive. Very much. Yeah, when you look at a little piece of plastic and it just cost you 40 bucks, yeah. Yeah, that gets a little rough. And that's not even expensive, to be totally honest. Sometimes I find myself where I have to buy one at a pharmacy or something because there's nowhere else around and I have no SDs with me, so I'm stuck buying one for 60 bucks. It gets crazy. No, man, I was just playing with you, Rob. That was that was probably definitely a lesson learned. I just learned one myself, so you guys will see the footage here soon. And I respect the hell out of the fact that you put that on social media because your feedback will probably be more towards the negative, but that just tells you about the person that's commenting to you. They probably have their own personal issues if they're sitting there dogging on you and don't know you. So. They're a lot cheaper than they used to be. Mine aren't. Maybe I need to shop around because mine are not cheaper. Yeah, no problem, Rob. That's just kind of what we do for each other. I'm sure if you guys watch the video that I put out and you see something that you think I could maybe learn from or maybe see something that I didn't see. I've put out videos before where I've gotten advice that I've kept probably to this day. Things I've learned. It's not always a big hoot and holler and pat on the back every time you do a video. You may end up learning something. You may gain somebody's respect. You may hate somebody when it's all said and done because they just dog you. But that's social media, Get thick skin, or it's a rough thing to deal with. And there's not a whole lot of people's opinion that I care about. A lot of you guys on here are made it in that very small group of opinions that I give a damn about. So, Walk Tall, what is up, buddy? Swamp Bear. Am I still? Hang on, let me see who this is. Flatlanders Custom Game Calls. Awesome. Game calls. Do you make like turkey calls and stuff like that? I just bought an old turkey call. It's like the little chalk little tablet. Looks like a drum head almost, and you off of it. handmade. It was really cool. I had to buy it off the guy. His question: are you still loving your Benright ring? Yes, sir, I am, and I would probably have to say, as far as my rings, it is my favorite. The only issue with the ring is that it will take up to a 5/8 rope, and then after you get past the 5/8 rope, it will not accept it. It has perfect bend radius and is the lightest primary rigging device in the world. I don't care what anybody else says, and until they come out with something different and I see it, that is the lightest, most compact primary rigging device in the world, has no moving parts, and has a perfect bend radius. So I'm definitely an advocate of getting theirs. I'm glad to see the company originally when we kind of talked. They had been a company for a little bit, and I had researched them, and I couldn't find how to buy it. Um, I was surprised that during that year's time, no one had talked about Benright rings. I hadn't seen them anywhere, so I researched them again, looked them back up, got a hold of the guy who maybe invented it or is like a spokesperson for them. He was really awesome. Told me, "Don't worry about it. We'll send you one." But we in the sling, and I told him, I said, "Well, I will just advertise the hell out of it." But at the same time, I'm gonna be honest if I don't like something. And I didn't. I've yet to hit that thing that I don't like about it. So it's a very, very, very good piece of equipment. Think of getting GoPro. What's the best way to start out? Um, Steve, I would probably say if you're wanting to just start out, the session. The sessions are really nice. They're strong. They're very easy to use, and they're usually cheaper. So that's my own personal opinion. And if you need any help after you get started, you know where I'm at, and I'll walk you through it. Coyote and deer calls. Awesome. Awesome, 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 man. Yeah, actually, hang on, let me see if that's it. Oh, here you go. What in the hell is that? I don't even know what that is. It looks like lemon drop candies from like 2 years ago that swelled up. So weird. I don't even know why the hell that's in it. Here's the call I was talking about, made by the Cedar Shop. Check this out. Huh. It's nice. I guess I'm a huge woodworking fan. I was sold instantly as soon as I seen it. I was a fan. I don't think I have anything real super important. Ooh, some SKS shells. I haven't been in this stuff in a while. I haven't been hunting in a while. Here, check out this old thing. Look at this old Russian Russian rifle. I think it shoots um, the same shell as an SKS, maybe a little, or no, it shoots an AK shell. Yeah. It's a sweet old gun. Here's the bullets. I'm pretty sure these are basically AK shells. think they're exactly AK shells, so that's why they're so hard to find. And it's not a gun you end up doing very much like target practice or anything with. So. Yeah, I seen that thing sitting over there right after I showed you guys the guns last time. Oh, here it is. It is a M44 7.62 by 54R. R guns from Carpentersville, Illinois. Or Illinois, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. What are you guys doing laying down? That's ridiculous. Alright, well, guys, had fun. Appreciate you guys. Give me something to do. Take my mind off with all the BS. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off here. Let me catch up on comments before I do. I don't miss anybody's comment. Don't know how you remember recording while working, but glad you do. Yeah, it's a routine anymore. Yeah, there's a lot of footage for you guys to get a 15-minute video. I probably have 6 hours of footage that I have to do the job. Then I watch the video completely. Then I take my clips. Then I put the clips together. Then I watch that 50 times. And by the time you guys see the video, I hate it. That's editing. At least for me. Ordered the Ultra Sling with the bender. Oh, you are going to love it. That is awesome, Swamp Bear. Yeah, it's just so perfect. I mean, a lot of your rigging you can do off of a 1/2-inch rope. I use that 9/16 bull rope from All Gear, the Husky, and it fits that bend right ring just so perfect. And yeah, I love it. I've yet to hear anybody who gets them and doesn't like it. So I have an X ring and 30 foot of 10X coming. Awesome. For those of you that have just single rings, you may want to look back on I think it was maybe What's in the Box video, and I show how to take single ring slings and combine them together to make a dual. So you can also make them retrievable. You gonna get your splice on? Yeah, that's awesome. That's something I've never really got into. No problem, Flatlander. Where you order from, Swamp Bear? Direct from Benright. That's the way to do it. Those are some good guys there too. But you say, Swamp Bear, you said that they sent you the sling and the ring together? Do you live in Canada? Because originally when I got mine, that was the reason they couldn't send me one on a sling, is because to get it over the borders, they had to get certain laws and this and that, so they weren't able to send it as a usable device when it arrives. They sent me just the ring. I had to come up with my own sling system. And the sling system that I use now, a lot of other people use. So. I got a session from August. What? I'm not too sure on getting it together with my phone. Hang on, let me read that. I got a session from August. I'm not too sure on the getting it together with my phone videos. It's really easy. What you'll do, Chris, is go into the app like I was showing you guys, get your Wi-Fi on, take the clips that you want. It will download those clips onto the GoPro app. Then you turn the Wi-Fi on your phone and all that stuff off. Go back into the GoPro app and go to the videos. Then you save those videos to your phone. After they're on your phone, you can use an editor. I use Viva Video. It's free. I think I spent like $3 once or something like that. But you use Viva Video, and it will give you access in it to take videos from your Instagram, your Facebook, your gallery, everything that you would record with your phone, and also your GoPro, and it kind of organizes everything. So if you need any help with it, I'll try to help you out. You can use the Benright ring as the primary ring. Yes, sir. The Benright ring is 2 rings wide. So that's the thing. They don't want you to use a single ring because a single ring will create smush. If you go on to Benright Rings um, website, they have illustrations and diagrams that explain this better. But the reason a single ring isn't good is because it's an incorrect bend radius. It's too sharp. When you have too sharp of a bend radius, what happens is your rope smushes. They call it the smush effect. And if that smush is too much and the added heat friction there can easily cause a break. So bend radius is super important. The Benright ring is 2 rings actually put together, and then they have one continuous smooth bend radius, which is even better than it's more of a continuous, where you get continuous friction, better than you would when you put 2 regular rings together. It's a smooth, continuous, bend radius. So I hope that kind of explained it, but that's why it's okay to use it, because it's actually 2 rings wide. Right on. Right on, Steve. We'll get you there. I have a spin ring, and it's great. Yes, sir. Lemon drops don't normally do. Yeah, I know. It's kind of. But you tell me what the hell you think it is. Looks like a lemon drop to me. Mm-hmm. It's like 2 or 3 years. It's probably 2 years old. Up it broke. Oh, and it is a lemon drop. I was right. It's just a little wet. I think the last time I hunted, it was probably wet and rainy or something. So, Dead Fish Porter. What's up, buddy? Chainsaws and firearms. I'm in the correct crowd. Yeah, yeah. That's that's me over here. So that's cool. My neighbor had something like that. Never shot it. Yeah. 762 50R. Yep. I have a Chinese SKS with a pig sticker, a lot like that. Right on. We need to make you a studio like Steve Smollett. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Why don't you guys build me a bunker? No, I don't. I'm just kidding. I don't want you guys to give me nothing. We make the best with what we got. That's what we do over here. We may not have the fanciest. We may not have the best, but we make the best with what we got. But I probably wouldn't stop you if you came over here and started building me a studio. I'd probably help you. Do something with the big steel sign. I have plans for that. Actually, want to mount that to the wall. That's a full-size dealer sign my cousin gave to me, and he has the other half of it. And he just took it and you know mount a light, build a wood box, put it to it, hang it on the wall. It lights up. It looks crazy cool. That's the game plan. Eventually, be somewhere where I do my videos and we all sit down. And it'll light up behind me and look all cool. Michael Snow, nice shirt, but yeah, you can thank Buck and Billy Ray for that one. Buckin sent me that. I told him I didn't care which one they sent me. I told him I didn't want one. I said, well, you just let Decal pick it. I don't care. So he sent me one of the Buckin stock ones. Very cool. Try to rock it anytime I can. guys, I know I've said it once already. I've probably said it twice, maybe 3 times. But I'm gonna run. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm sure August will be doing a live video very soon, so you guys can shoot over to his and probably watch something a lot more entertaining than this. So, thank you. I appreciate it. Be safe, and you guys know how to get a hold of me if you need anything from me. See you soon.